I'm Oliver, and this week's topic is dating. I identify as a straight guy because I'm a guy, a male, and I like girls and women. Females, I like females. So therefore I am straight for the first time in my life. I don't like talking about my present dating situation because I can't help but think of if I watch this video, in like a year or two, I would hate hearing myself talking about a person I'm dating. So I'm not going to talk about present situation because I never do that in video. I've been dating since I was 17. I had my first kiss when I was 16, but that was so awkward. And not only the kiss was awkward, the whole weekend I spent with the person was awkward, so I don't see that. It doesn't count for me. It's too awkward. I've been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've been in 5 relationships, and the shortest lasted 2 weeks, and the longest lasted about 7 or 8 months, I think. At least 6 months. Something along it like that. I prefer dating. I've mostly dated bisexual girls. Somehow. I've dated 1 lesbian, haven't I? Yeah, I've been in a relationship with 1 girl who was a lesbian, and the rest were bisexual or pansexual. And I prefer dating girls who identify as pansexual or bisexual because then I feel more comfortable when having sex, and I just relax more in some ways. I once traveled 4 hours to see my girlfriend at the time and spend 1 night with her, and then traveling back 4 hours in the middle of the week. I once was supposed to meet up with the girlfriend I had at the time, but then I had to work. But instead of just saying I couldn't be with her, I met up with her and had made a treasure hunt to her, which I gave to her, and with some assignments she had to do around the area. And when she was finished, I was finished with work, and we could be together afterwards. I've been in an on-off relationship for 3 years, and at the moment it's off. I was once almost engaged and had to, at one point, decide if I wanted to be a parent or not. I'm scared of falling in love because I've been hurt a lot of times, and that's a stupid reason, but I'm afraid of getting hurt and forgetting myself. I don't like being in love or falling in love because I forget my own needs, and I'm afraid that my partner forget her needs. And if I am invited on a date or invite someone on a date, I prefer going to a museum or doing something, and instead of going to the cinema or something like it, because it's really important you have something to do when you're with the person. I make good pizza. I prefer meeting girls at my school or other social events, which doesn't include alcohol. If I like a girl, I will always tell her at some point, even if she rejects me and or says she's not interested. I will always say to a person if I like them at some point, in some way. Before I came out as a trans guy, I identified as a lesbian, and I grew up in places where there wasn't a lot of lesbians or girls interested in girls. So I taught myself to take all chances. So every time I met a girl who was interested in girls, I would take a chance with her, mostly. Not always, but like 90% of the time. Which led to people calling me a player, because I at one point I was with 4 girls in 6 months, and people really said some mean things about me behind my back. What they didn't know was that I was very emotionally involved with every girl I've ever been with. All the girls I have been in a relationship with, or flirted with, or had anything to do with in other ways than just friendship, I liked. And it hurts being called a player, because I'm not a player. I like figuring out what the girl I like's favorite things are, movie or candy or food, because I like being nice to the girl I like, of course. Like making their favorite dish and buying their favorite soda and doing things that makes them happy. I once fell in love with my best friend and she ended up as my girlfriend. But today I miss my best friend more than I miss the girlfriend she was. I've never dated guys. I've kissed with 2 guys in my life and had sex with 1, but they were nice and all, but I like women. I like sex, and if you want to have sex on the first date, then do that. I don't care. It's what you're comfortable with. Sex is a big part of dating, and I would never commit to a relationship before I've had sex with the girl, because it's such a big part for me. Don't be so afraid of saying you like someone, because the worst thing that can happen is you're rejected, and then you can get along, go on with your life.